needed space. Dumps became the chosen place. Rats and fumes, our water mess, brought our limits to the test. We didn't start the landfills, they're from the good old days with all the throwaways. We didn't start the landfills, but they can't keep going 'cause they're overflowing.
I'll tell you, it's starting to get a little messy around here. But I hear the pickup next month will be shipping this trash out to Montana or some other unpopulated state you never think of. I mean, hey, come on, really. The truck picks it up at the curb and carts it away. It's as simple as that. Out of sight and out of mind, you know what I mean? Huh. These environmental crybabies are always bitching about the landfill problem. Look, I say don't worry about it. You listen to everybody with a cause these days, you think we're all drug addicts or dying of AIDS. So like I say, don't worry about it.
Cans closed, bad and good. Batteries that never could. Cardboard, old Fords, 2x4s. Any kind of wooden board. Chains for lamps and people too. And the kind that come in blue. Boxes, napkins, fork and spoon. And a kid's trip to the moon. We didn't start the landfills. They're from the good old days with all the throwaways. We didn't start the landfills, but they can't keep growing 'cause they're overflowing.
Spoof, you're not leaving this house until you clean up that pigsty you call a bedroom. I tell you, my family is driving me crazy. They collect more trash in 1 week than the whole Russian army does in a year. Soup cans and cereal boxes, plastic bottles, glass bottles. It would be cheaper for me to keep a cow in the backyard the way the milk jugs pile up. And I don't know why I'd take a newspaper either. The resident couch potato only reads the comics and the sports page. If I could take all of this trash to the dump every week, my house would look like one. Well, thank God for the garbage man. Joanne, get back in the house, son, and clean the pizza off your wall.
Hangers that are made from wire, bottles and the useless tire. We make lawns of putting green, tons of cuttings can't be seen. Freezer, stove, washing machine, diapers keep the baby clean. Pictures, tables, cheers by two. There's a whole house here for you.
I tell ya, we're kidding ourselves right now if you think any of this disappears in a landfill someplace. I mean, take it from me, because I work with garbage for a living. And did you know every single one of us creates 3.5 pounds of it every single day? Now I want you to think about it. What if you all had to carry, say, 3 weeks worth of the stuff along with you? Or maybe even store it in your locker? I suppose some of you are already doing that. I mean, we've been burying garbage for years, but now we're running out of landfill space. Unless you'd like to volunteer your backyard.
We didn't start the landfills, but they can't keep growing 'cause they're overflowing. We didn't start the landfills, but they'll make us pay unless we find a way.
The problem is the non-biodegradables.
The problem is all the paper.
Hey, don't worry about it.
The problem is the landfills are just too small.
The problem is the Martians, dude.
Thank God for the garbage man.
I don't think we really have a problem.
I tell ya, we got a big problem.
People don't know what to do. Hear them talking till they're blue. All that trash won't go away. Let's get real, it's here to stay.
There's no problem, what's so bad?
You don't care, it makes me mad.
Take my trash and go away.
But garbage problem's here to stay.
We didn't start the landfills. They're from the good old days with all their throwaways. We didn't start the landfills, but they can't keep growing 'cause they're overflowing. We didn't start the landfills, but they'll make us pay unless we find a way. We didn't start the landfills, but when we are gone, will the trash go on and 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 on?
We interrupt this program to bring you the following news bulletin. According to the National Solid Waste Management Association, 26 states will run out of landfill space by 1998.
Gotta get back in time. Gotta get back in time.
Woo! Great Scott, Artie! Did you see those 2 surf punks in that flying phone booth of theirs? They nearly killed us! They just kept shouting, "Excellent," and "Party on, dudes." They didn't even see us, Artie. Artie? Artie, where are you?
Doc,
I'm right here.
Oh!
Well, at least we're okay.
Oh, what do you mean, okay? Look what happened. They knocked us off course. We've missed 1990 and landed in the year 2021.
Doc.
What?
What is all this trash around the DeLorean?
Oh, I don't know. Wait a minute. Hey, my boy, we're in luck. Look what happened. We've crashed into an old landfill.
Well, how do you know this is old?
Because it can't be new. You know, we were running out of landfill space in 1990.
Well, Doc,
What?
what do you mean we're in luck?
Because of the DeLorean, the Mr. Fusion, it runs on trash. Now, you see, all the fuel we need to get us back home, my boy, it should be right here in this crater we made. Now, just look and find something, anything. Hurry up.
Hey, Doc, you think this'll work?
Oh, good, Artie, let's see. New Kids on the Block CD. This will never last. Find something, hurry up. Oh, wait a minute, here's something. Hey, look at this. It's an unopened can of Diet Pepsi. Do you want it?
No, I drink Coke now.
Wait a minute, don't move, don't move, don't move. Wow, look at this here. Look at this newspaper. Look at the date. November 1st, 1990. It's still perfectly legible.
Oh, and Doc, look at this T-bone steak here. Wow, the fat and lean meat are still on the bone.
Wow, hey, and even these grass clippings.
Doc, I just don't get this.
What?
I thought all this stuff was biodegradable.
That's right, yes.
And here it is 30 years later and it's still perfectly preserved.
But that's right, my boy. That's what I've been trying to tell you. You're finally learning. You see, much of what we thought was biodegradable, it never decomposed in these landfills.
Oh.
Because we sealed them all in. So there was no air, there was no sunlight, there was no water to break anything down. Did you know we should have recycled half of what are in these landfills?
No.
Like, yes, look, my boy, the newspaper and the aluminum, the plastic, and even these grass clippings. But because we didn't, the world is in a really big mess. But let's get going, my boy. We've got not a moment to lose. Let's fire up the DeLorean and get back to 1990.
Wait a minute, Doc.
What?
You think we'll ever come back to the future?
Back to this place, Artie? I hope not. Well, at least not unless we can convince people in 1990 to start recycling immediately.
It takes 95% less energy to make a new can from recycled aluminum.
Once again, it's time for the nation's most comprehensive review of events in the world of solid waste reduction. The Recycling News Report. Here now, your news anchor, Chris Murdoch.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Murdoch, and in tonight's headlines, Neil Armstrong takes one giant leap for mankind, while Gerald Ford takes one small step for the presidency. Richard Nixon says goodbye, Reagan and Gorby say hello, and George Bush says...
Read my lips.
Chris?
What?
Chris, our program is the Recycling News Report, not the Recycled News Report. We do stories about recycling. We don't rehash old news.
Fine. Well, it looks like the 90s are gonna go down in history as the recycling decade. Seems like more and more of us are getting with the program because there are now over 1,200 communities who have successful recycling programs. If we're ever gonna kick our addiction to landfills for disposal, it's gonna take active involvement from every one of us. All it takes are a few needed changes in our lifestyles, then people getting out there to make it happen in every community. Well, what will they think of next? Sunday to combine a luxury cruise vacation with a fabulous week in a dump. The Landfill Princess sails from the East Coast to the Gulf Coast, and budget-minded travelers won't have to worry about wasting money in exciting ports of call because no one will allow this love barge to dock there. Hey, please don't pitch out those empty plastic milk jugs your family cranks out each week. Recycle them.
High-density polyethylene bottles are also being recycled in the U.S., and the amount is growing. At companies like Eaglebrook Plastics in Chicago, polyethylene plastic is being reclaimed and recycled into useful new products like soft drink bottle base cups, agricultural pipe, barricades, and durable plastic lumber for fencing, decks, and outdoor furniture.
Numerous end markets exist, the pipe market, other markets that make mud flaps and everything else. They're calling us every week wanting more material. The whole state of Illinois could collect every polyethylene bottle that's going in the waste stream, and we could recycle it and we could find an end market for it.
We'll now hear with her weekly report on recycling and other news of interest to homemakers, our own Holly Stebnowski. Holly?
Thanks a lot, Chris. Say, I'd like to start out today with a little damage control here, if I may. It seems I got a rather nasty letter from a Mrs. Frida Danube of Snellen, New Jersey, regarding my household hint of reusing old nylon stockings as kitchen strainers. Well, hey, Mrs. Danube, get off my back. Of course you're supposed to take the nylons off before you try to strain anything through them. Jeez, I thought I was gonna die.
Holly, do you think maybe you could get on with your helpful household hints?
Sure thing, Chris. A clean home is a happy home, I always say. So, of course, getting rid of unsightly and malodorous trash is vital to us homemakers. Now they're wanting us to recycle a lot of what you call your reusable resources, instead of considering them trash. But I gotta butt heads with the environmentalists on this one, 'cause now they're asking me, Holly Stepnowski, to change my old habit of pitching everything into one container. I mean, now I gotta put the glass into one bag, the plastics into another, the aluminums in another, and the newspapers into, you guessed it, another bag. Well, now that's a tough habit to get into, because those of us who are trying to keep tidy homes just don't have time to be separating things.
Holly, excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but let me ask you a question, okay? When you do your laundry at home, you do laundry, don't you?
Hey, I'm a homemaker. Of course I do laundry.
Well, okay, good. When you do the laundry, what exactly do you do?
Well, now that's a pretty dumb question, Chris. Of course I put the whites in the hot, the colors in the cold. Oh, and I always put my little teeny tiny skimpy things from Fredericks of Hollywood separately into the delicate cycle.
I see, so you do separate. Okay, when you take your clothes out of the dryer, what happens then?
Oh, my little cat jumps in. He goes round and round and round. Gets all nice and warm and fuzzy.
No, Holly. Let's try something else, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, what about the dishes? When you take your dishes out of the dishwasher, what happens then?
Oh, no, my cat hates the dishwasher. The little knives that stick up in the back.
Holly, forget the cat. What do you do with the dishes?
Well, now, what do you expect, Chris? Like any homemaker worth her salt, I separate the silver into the silverware tray, the plates into the cupboards, and the pots and pans into the kitchen cabinets.
But you say you don't have time to separate your recyclables?
Well, now that's what I've been trying to tell you all along.
Well, thank you, Holly, for that insightful commentary. Well, that concludes this edition of the Recycling News Report, and hopefully, Holly Stubnowski. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Chris?
Recycling only the Sunday edition of the New York Times would save 75,000 trees annually.
Remember all the good times you've had recycling valuable resources?
Well, great things are worth repeating. And now Resource Records brings back an exciting volume of recycling's greatest musical hits.
Recapture all the energy these songs recycle on a new 3-record set. Treasures from Trash. Just listen.
I'm down in the dumps and I'm singing the landfill blues. She's a doctor's work of art with no working parts, but she's captured my heart. So Valerie, save all your plastic for me.
He's into Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue. He's my heavy metal man. But when he walks, ooh, I love the view. I got a crush on Bobby's can.
Recycled romance again and again and again. Recycled romance again and again. Over and over again and again and again. Oh, my darling.
Treasures from Trash is not sold in any stores and is available on 3 records or 2 cassette tapes for just $17.95.
2 compact discs, just $24.95.
Or 13 8-track cassette tapes for just $382.19.
Here's how to order.
Have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-RECYCLE. That's 1-800-RECYCLE. Or save COD fees by sending $17.95 for records or cassettes, $24.95 for compact discs, or $382.19 for 8-track cassettes, plus $4 for shipping to Treasures from Trash, 2 Leader Avenue, Glasgow, New Jersey, 55555. Operators are standing by. Be sure to order now.
All right, Rashida High, everybody in the house, say something for me now. Here we go. Let me hear you say ho. Say ho, ho. I was cruising down the hallway just the other day with this empty Coca-Cola can I was about to throw away. When my lady looks me over and then she starts to scream.
Man, you're really messing our environmental scene.
I told her, chill out, baby. I ain't no little chump. I'm taking this inside the trash to the city dump. And she said,
man, you just don't get it, and you're gonna make me ill. Recycle cans to live again. Not dying some. Landfill.
Well, my lady seems to think that all the stuff we throw away can come around as something else to use another day. Aluminum, paper, I guess I understand. Plastics are one machine they've gotten out of hand. So all you nature lovers, your theory is hit and miss unless you're smart enough to tell me how to recycle this. What?
Sure, we can recycle that.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, scope this out.
Well, tell me about it.
We chop the bottles into pieces that are finely small enough to turn the plastic into something that we like to call fluff. Then we wash it and we dry it and we melt it till it's not a plastic bottle anymore, just polyethylene hot. Next we take it and we shape it like a tiny little pellet, and for making plastic products, then we turn around and sell it. Yes. And now, Dan Pardo, let's tell the folks at home what we can make from this recycled plastic soft drink bottle.
Well, Norm, we've got backing for a carpet blue and rope to tie a knot or two. Fiber fill to keep us warm and sails that won't get easily torn. Scouring pad, a kitchen must, and auto bumpers that won't rust. For winter sports, we make the skis, and surfers will go nuts for these. A spa, a tub, a shower stall. Recycle bottles, make them all.
All right, I get ya. I think I understand. This landfill business is completely out of hand. The pop is getting bigger and the air is really stinking. We gotta make the maintenance change. I'll collect the fingers. Recycling paper, cans, and glass can't miss. But when it comes to a milk glass, recycle this.
Yo, bro,
Yo.
Hey, no problem. We can recycle milk jugs into... Liners where the golf buffet and traffic comes to guide our way. Pails to wash the family cars and drain bowls for the kitchen jars. Toys to make the kiddies cheer. Lumber for the boating pier. Flower pots that look fantastic. Even bins to recycle plastic.
Okay, I hear what you say. But one more problem still plagues my day. Every place in town where we stop to have a bite, they serve the food and this thing is outside. Ho! Keep it hot and cold. But trashing these things can really get old. We want to save the land, but our goal we'll miss. They don't find out a way for us to recycle this.
Okay, Dan Pardo, tell the folks what we can make with recycled plastic clamshell containers.
All right, Norm. trays and trash cans for tasty school meals, and building insulation for cozy weather seals.
Keyboards, phones, boxes out or in, and hangers for your closet so you can fit more in.
And a recycled clamshell instead of one you trash can protect a CD player, making sure it won't get smashed.
Okay, sure, I can take a clue. I think I see your point of view. Waste is resource and waste has worth. It's just plain dumb about to stick it in the earth.
So
Take some time out every day and check it out before you throw it away. These landfills ain't no deep abyss, so save the earth and recycle this.
35% of the polyester carpeting made in the U.S. contains recycled soft drink bottles.
Live from Reseda High School in Reseda, California, it's time once again to recycle the action with Environmental Jeopardy! Environmental Jeopardy! Now that's the show where contestants match their knowledge of recycling and related environmental issues against each other. Crazy! And now here's the host of Environmental Jeopardy, the man who does not consider the phrase recycle this an insult. Put your hands together for Phil Johnson!
Oh! Thank you, Johnny, and thank you. And welcome to Environmental Jeopardy, the only show that's full of garbage yet not ashamed to say it. Well, right now, 3 members of our audience are going to compete for prizes by testing their knowledge of environmental issues. So let's get right to it, shall we? Johnny, who are today's contestants?
Okay, listen up for your name. First is the Dean of Students, Jeff Halpern. Next is Antonio Quiones. And third is Latrice Taylor. All 3 of you, come on down!
Well, let's just take a second to get to know our contestants, shall we? Let's see. Who have we got here? What's your name, sir?
My name's Jeff Halpern. I'm Dean of Students and basketball coach, Reseda High School.
And Mr. Halpern, you're very popular, aren't you? Are there a lot of your students out there?
They don't want to be suspended. They better be nice.
Well, good luck to you, Mr. Halpern. And what's your name, miss?
My name is Latrice Taylor.
Latrice. Latrice, and what class are you in?
Oh, I'm in Spanish now, Spanish.
I meant, are you a senior or a junior or a sophomore?
I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore. Well, good. Don't be nervous. Is this your first time on stage?
Yes.
Oh, you know, you wouldn't know. You could be a performer still. It's not too late. Perhaps a singer or an exotic dancer. Okay, and what's your name, sir?
Antonio Quinones.
Antonio. Antonio, what class are you in?
Junior.
Junior. Very popular with the ladies, aren't you, Antonio? Quite the fresh dude I have up here. Well, Antonio, if you do a good job today, even Antonio could win incredible prizes. Yes, it's true, ladies and gentlemen. Antonio could win furs, jewels, even an all-expense-paid vacation to Anaheim. But first, what they're going to do, fabulous, isn't it? But first, what they're going to do is step inside these isolation booths right behind them, okay? Mr. Halpern, you notice a red button right in front of you. Now, I'll be asking them a series of questions about the environment and recycling issues and fascinating things like that. Now, whoever pushes the button first gets to answer the question. Okay? Now, Antonio, if you answer correctly, your 2 opponents will be
trash!
But, and as Pee Wee Herman says, there's always a big but here at Environmental Jeopardy. If you answer incorrectly, you place yourself in Environmental Jeopardy. A horrible thing for all the young ladies out there to have to watch. And you yourself will be trash! But, should none of our environmental whiz kids, again, a big but.
I love the but.
Should none of our environmental whiz kids buzz on one of the questions, unfortunately, they'll all be what?
Say it!
Thank you. A very quick audience. Okay, and make sure they put on their protective headgear. Latrice is looking incredibly glamorous in her plastic hat, I must say. Very nice. Not yet, Mr. Halpern. Mr. Halpern is chomping at the bit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, are you ready to see them get trashed?
Do you think that's really ready?
Pretty good, Johnny, but not quite close enough. Now, please don't make me come out there in my polyester suit. Put some hormones into it this time. Are you ready to see them get trashed?
Let's hear it!
Good. Let's have the first question, please. Good luck, contestants. Okay, now, what percentage of solid waste is currently being recycled in the U.S. today? A, 13%, B, 22%, or C, 67%? Mr. Halpern, yes?
13%.
13%, that's right!
Yes, he's got it!
That's the right answer. So what are we gonna do to his opponents?
Come on, trash him!
Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm awfully sorry about this, Latrice, but you know, trash is definitely your color, I think. All right, let's have the next question, please. The stakes are very high here, ladies and gentlemen.
So's the chicken.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, rank these soft drink containers from the most recycled to the least recycled. Give me the most to the least recycled. Plastic, aluminum, and glass. Yes, Latrice.
Aluminum.
Aluminum, that's a good start. You need to give me the other two in descending order.
Can you give me the questions again?
You are a sophomore, aren't you?
I think she's stalling for time. Okay, I'll tell you again. The answers are aluminum, glass, and plastic.
Aluminum, plastic, and glass.
Aluminum, plastic, and glass. That's right! Yes, that's the right answer. So what are we gonna do to her opponents?
Come on,
trash them! Oh, look at this. I'm awfully sorry about this, Mr. Halpern. Of course, it doesn't make you a bad person. All right, let's have the next question, please.
Ooh, the tension is mounting.
The tension's mounting, Johnny. You could cut it with a knife. Now, true or false? Most biodegradable items in landfills decompose in 9 to 18 months. Is that true or false? Yes, Mr. Halpern.
False.
False. That's the right answer.
Woo!
Yes.
He's got one.
It takes much longer than that for them to decompose. So what are we going to do to his opponents?
Come on, say it!
Trash them.
I'm a little worried.
I'm a little worried about Antonio. Antonio, why don't you try your buzzer just to make sure it works? Let's see. I see. So really you have no excuse at all. Let's have the next question, please. Kids, what are you going to do? Okay. Which takes more space in a landfill? A, biodegradable items, or B, non-biodegradable items? Which takes more space? Mr. Halpern.
Non-biodegradable items.
Non-biodegradable items. Johnny, he's so sure about that one. Wrong!
Yeah! Dean of students.
Oh, Mr. Halpern, you should have known this. He's an environmental blockhead. I hate that for him. Actually, 70% of every landfill is biodegradable. So what are we gonna have to do? Trash him! Oh, and unfortunately, it smells like Mr. Halpern got the bucket with the liquid sewage in it. Or maybe he's just a little nervous. All right, let's have the next question, please.
Is this the last one, Phil?
This is the last question, ladies and germs, but it's still anybody's game. Okay, how much solid waste does the average American create each day? Okay, every day.
Oh.
Yes, Mr. Halpern.
3.5 pounds.
3.5 pounds. I hadn't even given him the answer. That's right.
He was listening.
That's the right answer. So what are we going to do to his opponents? Trash him. I love this job.
I don't know Antonio very well, but this is the best he's ever looked. Don't you think so?
Antonio, you're not looking so fresh now, dude. All right, let's see. Does it look like we've got a winner? Is it Antonio or Latrice?
Oh,
I think it's Mr. Halpern.
Our Dean of Students.
Well, Mr. Halpern, here, you want to take this off? You could take that home with you. Good. Mr. Halpern. You are the glamorous new trash king of Reseda High School. Do you have anything to say to your adoring fans in public?
Not really.
Not really?
Wonderful experience.
It was a wonderful experience. Thank you for saying so, Mr. Halpern. What does he take home with him, Johnny?
Well, Mr. Halpern, for being a grand prize winner on Environmental Jeopardy, you get your own CD of MC Hammer.
He's gonna love that, Johnny.
That's for you. Can't touch this. No, I'm just kidding. You can. There you go. Okay, and you also get your own Recycle This t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's for you, too. But I need this back for the next show. Come on, give him a hand.
Wait 1 second, Mr. Halpern. And Johnny, how about our other unfortunate chumps? I mean contestants. Sorry, what do they take home with them?
Bite your tongue, Phil, you silly person, you, because everybody's a winner in Environmental Jeopardy. They each get their own Recycle This t-shirt, and you're gonna give them a nice round of applause as they exit.
Now let's have a big hand for all three of our contestants for playing Environmental Jeopardy. Thank you.
More than 500 cities in the U.S. are currently recycling plastic.
Woo! Well, he's back. He's bad, the one you all been waiting for. He's been recycled. He's the recycling king of soul, Dr. James Jimmy Jim.
Oh, I love you! So good, so good, out of you. Ah, you feel you feel fine with these three words of mine. Now, here we go. Reduce, reduce, reuse, reuse, recycle. Ho! Now reduce it means don't try and do less. We're talking trash. You begin recycling me and then I let it go. Reuse it and use it again and again and again and again. Ah, you good. Good God. I knew that I would. You feel fine with these three words of mine now. Reduce, reduce, reuse, reuse, reduce, reduce, reuse, reduce, reduce. Reuse. Hot sucker. Woo! You know what makes me want to shout. Reduce to that. Put your hands together. Come on. Come on now. Don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say reduce it. Reuse it. Here we go. Say you will. Say it right now, baby. Say you will. Let me see that you. I still remember when I used to be 9 years old. My mother told me, take up the trash like I told you. Now that I've grown up, I'm old enough to know you just recycle. It's the only way to do. Thank you. Oh yeah, when I say, get ready. You know what? Come on. Everybody sing! Reduce, reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle this, recycle this, reduce, reuse, reduce, recycle this, recycle, yeah! You know what makes me wanna reduce it and reuse it and recycle it and don't abuse it and you know it makes me wanna
Dr. James Jimmy Jim!
Oh, I love you. I love you. My cape. You know it makes me wanna shout. Oh, thank you. Oh.
You know it makes me wanna reduce it and
Recycle This featured Phil Johnson,
come on now, don't forget to say you will.
Lori Maggard, Matt Miller, Cynthia Owen,
I still remember when I used to
and Leland Simmons.
Yeah, yeah. My mama told me to take out the trash like you told. Now that I've grown up, I'm old enough to know. Yeah, yeah. Just recycle. It's the only way to go. Yeah, yeah. And I say, yeah. You know it makes me wanna reduce it and reuse it and recycle it. Don't abuse it and come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now, get on your feet.
Funding for Recycle This was provided by Dow Brands and Dow Plastics. For further information, call Dow at 1-800-441-4369.